In this video, I'm going to show you quickly what customization options are available to you in individual reports within Google Analytics 4. So I'm in Google Analytics here, and rather than looking at the overview section, I'm looking at the actual specific reports. So I'm in this user acquisition section, and you can see that it's brought up a report, user acquisition, first user default channel group. And it's showing the channel group by which each one of these users came to find the site. And as with anything in GA4, where you see this little pen icon, some customization is possible. So you can customize what visualizations you see on this page, and also the actual specifics of the dimensions and the metrics in the report. So let's click on Customize and see what options are available. So on the left-hand side in this panel, we're seeing what we would see in the report itself. And on the right-hand side, we've got some customization options. So first of all, if you have a look at dimensions here, it is showing us by default, the dimensions are down the left-hand side, the rows of the report. It's showing us by default the first channel group, but if we preferred, we could change that to any one of these other options, medium or source or whatever. These are all available in this little drop down as well, so you can access all of them when you're looking at the report. It's just saying you can change the default if you wanted to. So at the moment the default is the first channel group, but if I wanted to, I could change the order and make the first user medium be the default. Once I've made that change, I would click apply, and then you would see what that looks like when it's applied to the report. I'm going to change that back. So I'm going to change the order just by dragging and dropping and then setting as default. I can also remove any of these that I want to. So if, for example, I know that this particular organization doesn't run Google Ads, it's not relevant for me to have these two Google Ad options, I can just remove them so that they don't clutter up the report. As I said, that's controlling what appears in this drop down here. Those are the dimensions. The metrics are the columns in the report. So these are all the metrics. If I just scroll along, you can see to the end. Same principle. So these are the default metrics that it's going to show me, but I can change the order just by dragging and dropping, and I can remove any that I don't think are relevant. So for example, in this case, I know that this business doesn't sell online, so the total revenue column isn't relevant to me. So I can just remove that and apply, and then you can see it's not included in the report anymore. So up at the top here, report data, the dimensions are the rows and the metrics are the columns. You can add a filter to a report if you want to. So you could say, for example, let's have a look. I just want to see people who are using Chrome in this particular report. So I would add that as a filter, and now it's just showing me the same metrics, the same dimensions, but just with this filter of only people who are using Chrome. And if I decide that's not relevant, I can just remove that and it goes back to how it was before. And then I can control these charts. So at the moment it's showing me the line chart, which is this on the left hand side, and the bar chart, which is on the right hand side. And if I just click on the little eye graphic next to either one of those, it would turn it off. So for example, I don't necessarily want to see the bar chart, so off it goes. Click to turn it back on again. And if you click through, I'll just show you what I did there again. If you click through on this little arrow at the end here, you can see that you have some other options in here as well. Not all of these are accessible all of the time, so a scatter chart isn't appropriate for this kind of data, but you might see this available in some of the reports that you look at. So for this, you've just got these two options, line chart or bar chart. Here it's telling me that it's using a report template that already exists, which Google has set up, the user acquisition report template. If I wanted to, I could decouple this from that and basically create my own template. Not going to do that. And then it's offering me a couple of summary cards here. So summary cards are not appearing in the report itself, but they're available to appear in the snapshots. I'll show you those in a moment. So again, these are the defaults, but I can edit them if I want to, selecting edit. So I'm not going to go into this in too much detail now, except to show you that that's what's available. You can customize this card if you want to, and you can also create a new card, and it will only offer you the dimensions and metrics that are relevant to this particular report. So for example, I could have a dimension of first user source and a metric of new users. And the visualization that I would use for that would be, let's say, a bar chart. And it creates that combination of dimensions and metrics and visualizations for me. And if I like the look of that, I can apply it. And then I would add that as a new customized card to my selection of cards. I'm not going to do that in this case. So those are the ways that I could edit this particular report. And if I wanted to keep those changes that I've made, I would just click save, and it offers me, do you want to save the changes to the current report, or do you want to save this whole thing as a new report? And that's just going to depend on whether you're just tweaking the existing report or whether you really do want something completely new. I'm just going to go back and discard my unsaved changes and just quickly show you the cards that I was just talking about. If you were to create new cards, anywhere where you've got this overview section, so here we've got the report snapshot, here we've got acquisition overview, here we've got engagement overview. The overview is where it shows those cards. So here it's just showing me 6 by default. But if, again, I can go into customize it and add new cards, any additional cards that I've created, for example, if I had made one when I was just editing that report, I'd be able to add them in here.